positivity, and don't you dare be sour. It's a new day. Yes, it is. I love this shit out of New Day. Royal Rumble was awesome. I gotta say that I went into this Royal Rumble with the lowest expectations. If you have paid any attention to the past two Royal Rumbles, they have managed to just suck all the life and enthusiasm out of all wrestling fans the world round. Just no way that you can be invested, let alone entertained. Are you not sports entertained? It was just a fucking train wreck, then another train wreck. So back-to-back train wrecks, all sorts of train wrecks. This year, they actually had not only had a good card, but a lot of things just turned out to be really good. First and foremost, I have to say this. New Day to me has been the highlight of Raw, and was also one of the main premier highlights of this particular pay-per-view, for me personally. Xavier Woods, I've loved the shit out of the dude for ages now. Hell, I'm even subscribed to him on his channel, Up, Up, Down, Down. He does Let's Plays with a bunch of the other wrestlers. It's awesome. I don't know how more people don't watch that or know about it, but even if you're not into Let's Play videos, it's just kind of amusing to watch this shit, like the Madden tournament that they did. I fucking loved all that shit. But oh man, he got himself a new trombone, and that got a bigger pop than Roman Reigns did when he was walking down the fucking aisle. I was just like, dude, holy shit. And anytime that he's running around, he's just trolling the shit out of everybody, just mocking them, laughing at them. This is fucking great. Seeing him, Big E, and fucking Kofi together, it's like the Triforce of awesomeness. They really are, honestly, the fucking Ginyu Force as far as I'm concerned. They were talking about everything's gonna be done up in gold, gold chains, gold teeth, gold everything. Ah, New Day, just fucking great stuff. But they had a match against the Usos. I could give a shit less about the Usos. Look, somebody can get mad about this. I don't really give a fuck less. But the Usos, to me, have been bland and boring for eons now. Just absolute fucking ages. They seem like they're going through the motions. It's the same routine over and over again. Just, I have never given a fuck about anything they've done. Competent wrestlers, not taking anything away from their work ethic or what they can do in ring, but I just don't give a shit about them. So I was glad to see them lose. I mean, at the very end, the big ending that he just busted out of nowhere was just like, dude, damn! It was amazing to see. I fucking loved that. You know, that was something I was like, I just adored the shit out of. You know, Alberto Del Rio and Kalisto, this I was kind of iffy about because, I mean, they gave Kalisto a one-day championship reign. They gave him the old Kane routine. They were like, you want a belt? Here's the belt. Alright. And you're done. Give it back. There we go. And off to the fucking past dude. So I kept on thinking, are they just gonna fucking bury our little Rey Mysterio 2.0 to Alberto Del Rio? Which I've always enjoyed Alberto Del Rio. But he bores the shit out of me on the mic. Especially if he's a face. Dear God, when they try to give him that fucking face rhyme, I'm just like, you should not be a good guy. Because it's terrible. You can almost just have hush everything, and then you can listen and hear the ratings drop every single time. It's fucking bad. But him as a bad guy, he's a competent bad guy, so I prefer him that way. But the whole League of Nations thing, not really. League of Nations is where creative has no idea what to do with a bunch of upper mid-card or even top guys, so they just throw them all together and they're like, look, you're all from like different nationalities and countries. Kill shit. So that's really how that works. I'm all for factions if done right. The Wyatt family, that shit's done right. But back to the match. The match was great. Kalisto hit a lot of high spots. He only botched like one move, and it wasn't all that big of a deal. But seeing those two do the shit that they were doing, I mean, Alberto Del Rio, he did this one reversal where he basically like pancaked him right onto his knees, and it looked like a gut buster sort of, and it was just like a variation of it. I don't know what the fuck you would even call the move, but it was splendid to see. It looked fucking fantastic. I was like, Kalisto did this one. You know, a lot of people will go running through the ropes and they're fucking like doing missile attacks and shit out of anybody out there, just like suicide dives and shit. Well, he did it, but he didn't have his hands out or anything. It was just like, it was like a flying headbutt of doom. It was just like, beep, beep. What? It was cool as fuck looking, but I liked that match a lot. There was a lot of good spots in it. It was fast-paced for the most part, and both dudes complement one another, so I enjoy that. And honestly, he is Rey Mysterio 2.0. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I don't even want to see him back with Sin Cara. I want to see him just do his own thing as a singles competitor. I think having him in the Intercontinental Championship and like the US Championship, that keep him in that for a while. He works just fine with it, and it would just be very fucking cool. Let's see, what else did we have? Oh, last man standing match. This was how they kicked off the show. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. I was looking forward to the show because I love both guys a whole bunch. I think both of them are fantastic. I still feel that Dean Ambrose is very far away from hitting like his stride and hitting like the mountaintop. Because they need to let this motherfucker off the chain. He needs to be like Brian Pillman. You know, go out there and just literally be psychotic. They're all like, oh, he's the lunatic French Ned. This dude was a lot crazier whenever he was doing all the shit in the indie scene. A lot more psychotic, a lot more barbaric. And the promos that he was cutting were so much more raw and ruthless. I was like, that shit right there. Let that motherfucker do that shit. It'd be great. Kevin Owens, I've always liked Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, I've gotten to watch him in a lot of matches prior to him ever showing up in WWE. It was like, thank fuck they decided to go and sign him on. So, their match, goddamn, Kevin Owens doing that fucking like cannonball move right through the barricade. Dean Ambrose was just like squished. His ass got flattened like a motherfucking pancake. I was just like, oh my god, that shit got just, it was just a big old mangled mess. We're like, oh my god, he's got a family, damn it. Oh man, and speaking of which, the commentary team can go fuck themselves. Oh, why did they suck so bad? Fire all of them. All of them. JBL seems like he's more than likely drunk the entire time. The fucking Byron Baxton, whatever the fuck his name is, I swear to God, seems like he might be a clone or some shit, because that dude has no personality at all. And Michael Cole, I fucking hate Michael Cole. Fuck him. Back to the last man standing match. Dude, there was tables getting crushed everywhere. There was at this one point, Kevin Owens, I feel, is always hitting like the high spots and doing the most innovative shit. He picks up Dean Ambrose while they're like up on the second turnbuckle, flips and turns him, and it's just awesome as shit looking. The way that he did it was just raw power. And motherfuckers will try to go and talk to, oh, he's fat, he's this, blah, blah, blah. When Kevin Owens would he would kill you in real life. Understand this. That dude is a big motherfucker. He's picking up people dead weight and just throwing them around. I mean, the pop-up powerbomb shit, yeah, you know, the other fucking wrestler is going to be helping with that. But do you think that just small anybody people are going to be doing? I get the fuck out of here. Going and trying to talk shit. He's awesome on the mic. I love the fact that he's a sarcastic, witty asshole on the mic. I want him to always say he's a bad guy, but they need to take Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, and start pushing them into the main title scene. Hell, they need to just like split the championships up again so badly. It is absolutely necessary. But start pushing them towards the top. I think it makes a lot of sense because they need it. They honestly deserve it, in my opinion. You know, you've got so many dudes that are out with injuries right now. It fucking sucks. It's really bad with the amount of injuries that they have, and people just continue to keep sustaining them. And I'm like, yes, God, you're just gonna be checking people off the fucking list, you know, all day long. It's bad, but god damn. Anyway, so that match, it was great. It really was. I liked so much about it. It was bringing out chairs, bringing out kendo sticks, bringing out tables. It had everything that you would want out of a match like that. You know, them having to go and count over and over and over again. And people are just like on the edge of their seat, like, oh, okay, he's good to go. So that match, really good. Love the finish, love the entire thing. I mean, going through two tables, going through a table's already bad. Going through two, yeah, that's double the pleasure, double the fun with double mint tables getting crushed under your bum. I loved it. So the women's match. Okay, and I'm gonna say the fucking women's match because here's a fact. I hate the fact that they even fucking call it Divas Division. Oh, the Divas. No, they are women wrestlers. They are female wrestlers. I fucking hate the Divas belt to begin with is ugly as fuck. Actually, it reminds me of that bullshit belt that Jeff Hardy had in TNA. Do you ever see them side by side? They are god-awful looking. They are fucking terrible. Bring back the women's championship that you had during the Attitude Era / Ruthless Aggression Era. That would be fucking awesome. But anyway, so this. One, like Becky, a whole bunch. Like Charlotte, a whole bunch. Charlotte's kind of, like, you know, they've been building her up to be a bad guy, and I think that's pretty cool, but I hate the fact that Ric Flair is always having to be there beside her to be an accessory half the time. Like, I don't even want him around. I'd rather just be focused on those two combatants, and that's it. Having him out there, granted, you know, you have the whole thing of, well, Ric Flair has a notoriety of being the dirtiest player in the game, and he's a legend, and all this other shit, and he's there to, like, as almost like a manager. But I don't want her to have to rely on him because that takes away from her having that spotlight and doing her fucking thing. So I just wish that he wasn't around, but back to the match. The match started out slow, I will admit. Match started out slow, then it picked up, and that was pretty cool. So I was like, oh, that's pretty awesome. I was glad with that. I know a lot of folks out there were just saying, man, fuck this match, yada yada yada. I will be honest, I feel that they were putting on better matches in NXT. I don't know if this is one of those circumstances where WWE comes in and tells them officially, look, you have to go and remove this from your repertoire, and remove this from your move list, and remove this from your brain altogether, because you're never going to do it again. Because there's so many banned moves that they feel are, they're too, like, they're too bad to do, because you could seriously injure them. And I'm like, well, they're fucking professionally trained. That's why they're doing this stuff. They want to put on a highlight show with lots of variety, do all sorts of crazy shit. Just let them do their thing. That's why you hire them. That's why you pay them the money that you do. Let them do their thing. Let them show why they mastered their fucking craft for an entire audience so that they can appreciate it. But all that shit aside, the match was still pretty decent. I won't say it, like, blew me the fuck away, but it was afterwards. One of the biggest pops of the entire fucking night. You heard fucking an ovation like no other up to that point when Sasha Banks came out. One can definitely admit, got a fucking Sasha Banks crush going on. Helps with the fact that she's kind of a nerd. She likes Harley Quinn and Sailor Moon and shit, and I'm just like, well now, hi there. Like, legit, whenever she came out, I was just like, arrgh? So Sasha Banks rolls out, and she's going to be gunning for the title, though the whole Charlotte no-sell, that shit got on my nerves. If anybody noticed that irked the fuck out of me. But the entire crowd was into her, and that was one thing I was really enjoying about this. The Florida crowd, all of them, very vocal, very loud, lots of chants, lots of cheers, lots of boos. They were into it. I fucking hate dead crowds. I hate that more than anything, because I've seen some of the best shows, some of the best matches, some of the best people in the ring cutting the best damn promos, and you got a dead-ass fucking crowd just doing nothing, just sitting there like, And this isn't like in Japan, where they're silent just so that they can show appreciation for it and just focus on. No, these motherfuckers are just abysmal and dull and suck. But that crowd, no, they were fucking hot as shit, and I was happy for that. So I was like, good stuff. That's what we need more often on the show. Whenever there's anything that's being televised, anything that is on WWE Network for like the pay-per-views and shit, that's what we need. So I like that. That made me happy. Now, the Rumble. The Rumble was a big-ass deal, well, obviously, because it's the main fucking thing. But this time around, they decided to go and do something different. Instead of the winner going on to headline WrestleMania against whoever is going to be the champion at that point, this time, the WWE Championship was on the line itself. So whoever won the Royal Rumble won the championship. That's a lot riding, and you figure they've been building up the whole thing of Roman Reigns versus the Authority, and they're kind of trying to retell the whole Austin and McMahon storyline, but with, I guess, slightly different twist and different characters being involved in it. And the problem with it is that Stone Cold was really over in the Attitude Era, and Vince McMahon was also equally as over in the Attitude Era. Now you have Roman Reigns, who, gets booed all the time, and you have Triple H. Triple H is a very competent bad guy, but he wavers in and out of, like, he's like this cool motherfucker on NXT, and you can't ever hate him because he's literally like one of the boys, like literally like the fucking Clique, you know. Then you have him on some shows where he's breaking the fourth wall and, you know, kayfabe and all that shit, and he's joking around with the crowd. Then he's being a bad guy. It's fucking weird, man. All over the place. Him and Stephanie both, just all over the fucking place. So it's hard to gauge how the fuck you should react to him, because you don't have anything that is consistent or steady. With Roman Reigns, he should just be a bad guy. Let's face facts. Roman Reigns should turn heel and just be no words, silent as fuck, go out there and just wreck people. I'm talking Bill Goldberg style and destroy them. I wish he quit doing ooh, because he sounds like an asshole every time he does it, and his face gets all distorted and he looks like some shit out of Gary's Mod. I don't like it. It's really strange. Also add a couple more moves to the fucking move list. That would be appreciated. Quit emulating John Cena. That would just be good. But anyway, so his title on the line and tons of combatants. The biggest thing, I just have to get out of the way. Number 3 to come into the Royal Rumble, motherfucking AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. God damn, I've been reading up, and it's been rumored, him coming in, the Bullet Club coming in, and lots of new people getting signed on. Austin Aries is apparently also getting signed on. But I kept on thinking, I was like, man, I want to see the Bullet Club. I was tweeting about some of this shit, and I wanted to see AJ Styles the most out of everybody, but the entire Bullet Club, that would have been fucking great. AJ Styles comes in, and I was like, oh my god, I just lost my shit, because I've been following him since the ROH days. So it's just like, oh my god, dude, this is fucking great. I mean, I've gotten to see him wrestle all over the place. I mean, he just left Japan just recently and is now in WWE. And I was like all for it. I'm sitting there clapping. I'm like, fuck yeah. He goes in and, dude, the fucking entire arena, I'm telling you, just went nuts. You know, and it for good reason. This is AJ Styles. This is the first time he's ever stepped into a WWE ring and is facing off against a ton of these different people. I mean, the dude's been a pro for what, 19 years or some shit? I think he's been professionally wrestling. So then he's in there with all of them. And he lasts a mega fucking long time. And he ends up hitting tons of different spots, does a great job. And the thing is, he meshed so well with plenty of people. It seems like he's more than likely going to have a feud with Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose have fought so many times. They have nothing more to prove to each other. And I like plenty of the matches that they've had together. A lot of them have been the shit. Absolutely fucking A+. As a matter of fact, their last man standing match arguably was the best match of the night, and that's not to take away from any of the other matches at all, but that one was just, it was the shit. Please bring back more hardcore style matches. Hell, bring back the hardcore belt. That'd be nice. But this didn't rely on bringing in like a bunch of people that aren't really with the company, just like the one and done Royal Rumble combatants. So I was kind of glad about that. You know, it didn't have that whole gimmick with it. This was utilizing a lot of the people that you don't see all that often, but, you know, when you bring out certain dudes, just no one gives a shit, because you know that they're not going to do anything, and you're just expecting them to throw out a couple people or just go in to get thrown out. Like, the whole thing with R-Truth, it made me laugh, but it also made me kind of sad, because I know that R-Truth can be a great bad guy. I'm talking top heel level shit. If you saw him whenever he went over to TNA, he was the shit over there. And whenever he came back to WWE, there was one point that everybody can say what they want about The Miz, but if you remember when R-Truth and The Miz were teaming up together, that was fucking gold. Them running in, the shit that they were doing, I loved. And I thought that they were really going to go with it. They just split it up. And I'm like, these guys were doing so great. Like, you just need to let them do their thing, and they did. But he came in, he thought that he was in a ladder match and went up to go and get a belt, and everybody's just looking at him. Then he gets tossed right out. What the fuck can you do, you know? I was expecting some surprises. Like, I kept on thinking, what if they put Daniel Bryan in? And if you really want to see people shit their pants, imagine CM Punk's music plays and he comes out, they're like, whoa! that would, dude, the actual roof would probably explode off. And also the people at UFC would be like, wait, what the fuck? How are you, wait, I don't understand. Also, how does he have stats in the game already that high? It doesn't make sense, he hasn't had a match. That whole shit was really funny. But the Royal Rumble match was, it was really, I won't say that it was really awesome, I won't say it was really bad. It was just, it was good. Main reason is because the match, there was a lot of points where I was just kind of bored because not much was going on. I was excited to go and see the Wyatt family show up. I was hoping that Bray Wyatt would last a lot of fun. I actually wanted Bray Wyatt to win. I love the Wyatt family. I love Bray Wyatt's promos that he cuts. I love the whole gimmick. All of it works really well. And I just gravitate more towards bad guys or the people that are, you know, the one-man gang type things. Not actual one-man gang, but you know what the fuck I mean. You know, like Stone Cold. Stone Cold was just a man onto himself. He wasn't a good guy, he wasn't a bad guy, just did his own thing. Same thing with The Rock. As a matter of fact, a lot of the top guys just kind of did their own thing. And they would beat up anybody on either side. You know, they were that gray area. And the Wyatt family, you know, they were taking control. Brock Lesnar came in. I was pretty fucking stoked for that, but it seems like they're definitely gearing for Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar, though it'll technically be the actual Wyatt family. And that could turn out to be good. It could also be, I don't know, it depends. You know, I feel that Bray Wyatt needs to win more so than Brock Lesnar does, because Brock Lesnar has kind of accomplished everything. If anything, I feel that his presence and him even giving a loss would be giving back to the company way more, because we know him as literally the beast, the dude who is the one in the 21-1 and all that shit. You know, that's who he is. He's the dude that beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. Granted, I still fucking hate that to this day, but he has that feather in his cap. So that was a big ass deal. But the match played out. It was kind of cool to see that they had certain wrestlers go after the surprise 30th entrant, Triple H. And they went after Triple H, and I like that. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. You have Bray Wyatt willing to go after his boss. And I'm like, oh my god, the show-off, Dolph Ziggler, also went after him. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I like the fact that they did that instead of everybody just being like, oh, we won't do anything. We'll just jump over the top rope or do like a finger poke of doom or some stupid shit like that. But it was cool as fuck to see Triple H come out and do that. And there's been a lot of people, I'm talking an extremely mixed reaction of folks talking about how everything went down. Because Roman Reigns, if he got thrown over the top rope, no matter what, you were going to be crowning a new champion. Everybody wanted that. And it came down to the final two in the match, Dean Ambrose and Triple H. I like the fact that it happened that way because I've been hoping for them to push Dean Ambrose towards the main title picture forever now. You know, Seth Rollins is awesome, Dean Ambrose is awesome, Roman Reigns could be awesome if they approach him and say, go out there, be the strong silent type, and just kick ass and fucking take names and all that shit. Like I said, Goldberg, it would work really well. Apply that to him, you're good. You're fucking good. But going out there cutting like the stupid nursery rhyme bullshit, I'm like, fucking stop. But he got tossed over the top rope and tons of cheers. And it's kind of crazy. The Usos were supposed to be the good guys. They got booed to hell and back. Just turn them heel. I'm sorry, but New Day, they always need to technically be heel, but we love them so much because they're assholes and bad guys. That stuff I just appreciate. But Roman Reigns, just turn him heel. Just make him into a bad guy. Get it the fuck over with. You know, everybody's been saying the same thing about John Cena. Sometimes that's the only way that you can do it. The Rock went through the same exact thing. They were trying to repackage or repurpose him almost to be like The Rock, but he doesn't have anywhere near the charisma or just... he doesn't have the presence really to pull that off. But in The Shield, he was the bad motherfucker just standing there who looked like he would beat the fucking shit out of you. And Roman Reigns is a big hulking fucking beast of a dude. Let him be that. When you go out there and you put a microphone in his hand and you try making him into all this shit that he isn't, it takes away from that. And that's an image some people cannot get out of their mind. Doesn't matter how much fucking mind bleach that you get, it's permanently, it's imprinted in their brain. no matter what you want to fucking do or say. And I know that Raw's on tonight, so that'll be kind of interesting. As a matter of fact, in the next couple hours. Sorry, getting congested. But the finish being Dean Ambrose, Triple H. Triple H came out the victor. Now, this makes me curious how they plan on going about all this. We have a couple months until WrestleMania. WrestleMania is always the biggest show, so I'm assuming that we'll have Fastlane as one of the next pay-per-views. But WrestleMania is going to be a little bit, and you have Triple H, who is the COO, the face of the company, and the champ at the same time. Now a 14-time champ, as a matter of fact. How do you plan on going about that? You know, I've always said I was okay with the idea of him being like the next Mr. McMahon, because at least Triple H has the in-ring ability to perform, whereas Vince McMahon had to be carried by whoever he was going with, and then had to do like a lot of street fight things, because obviously he couldn't throw punches or take bumps for shit, you know, and that's something that he was always ridiculed and mocked for, but it was his character that you loved. You want to see him get the shit beaten out of him. Triple H can go and pull that off. He's been a top heel numerous times. So this isn't like his first fucking dance. But him having the belt, does that diminish the value of the entire roster now? You know, that's something a lot of people have been bringing up. Is it a waste to go and put it on him? It depends on how they plan on building this up until then. Will Roman Reigns go and win it back? Will we have something where Seth Rollins ends up interfering? Because Seth Rollins is out, and it saddens me so damn much. Because Rollins is the shit. No matter what the fuck anybody says, no matter how often you want to make fun of his fucking small dick that got leaked onto Twitter by his ex-girlfriend, Seth Rollins, in ring, on mic, he was carrying that fucking company for a long while. And it was a goddamn workhorse, was part of one of the best factions that they've made within the past decade or so now. You know, he's the fucking man. It would be cool to see him come back in some form or just imagine if, like, he did, and then, like, Roman Reigns turned on him, and it was like Finger Poke of Doom 2.0, and then Roman Reigns became bad guy and shit, and then Seth Rollins was technically the face, because you already know tons of people are gonna be fucking going nuts for him when he comes back, so it'll be hard to go and make him to a bad guy, even if you're forcing the whole bad guy thing. Who the hell knows? There's so many different ideas that you could go with, but I'll just wait and see. I won't write it off as a completely terrible idea, because anybody was better than Roman Reigns continuing to have the belt, because it was a fucking waste being around it. Like, him having it, it was a waste, honestly. Nobody was happy. No one. Like, I can't even imagine people in the back were fucking happy. So, like, overall, Royal Rumble was awesome. Heading on into WrestleMania, we will see, but I enjoyed the show overall. This was leaps and bounds above the past ones that we've had. Is this going to go down in history as, you know, one of the best WrestleMania, one of the best Royal Rumbles in the entire world? I don't know. I don't think it will, but it will have big time highlights in it. You know, it certainly was really fucking cool, and I did enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to tonight. Anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers, and wrestling fans. Game the fuck on! Oh, wait, I guess we could do... And that's the bottom line, because AlphaOmegaSin said so. You know, SmackDown Hotel, and it's true, it's damn true. Rest in peace. Yes, yes, yes. It just, you know, you already know the deal. Wrestling.